I mean by that in a bit. Joy Taylor, of course, also with us. Joy, good morning in L.A. Good afternoon where I am. We are 3-hour time zone apart, about a 6-hour flight apart. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Good to see you again.
You inspired me this morning. It's great to see you as always, Joy. You inspired me this morning with a bit of a Twitter back and forth. Joy is much kinder and meaner to people on Twitter than I am, because she's kinder in that she interacts with a lot of people. She's meaner in that her interactions make those people look dumb sometimes. But Joy, your interaction on Deshaun Watson inspired something we're going to talk about in just a moment. Did you get the impression people don't know how good Deshaun Watson is?
I didn't have that impression over the past few weeks, but today I saw a lot of concerning interactions and very concerning comparisons to other quarterbacks in the league that truly make me wonder if anyone has ever seen Deshaun Watson play football in their entire lives.
Right, or if they're aware Deshaun Watson literally led the NFL in passing this year. I know that because I bet a lot of money on Patrick Mahomes to lead the NFL in passing, and he would have, but in Week 17 he sat, and it cost me thousands of dollars. But that's neither here nor there. Joy, we're going to get to the Deshaun Watson thing in a moment, but I'm going to throw a curveball at you, the audience, the producers. We're going to start somewhere I never start, and that's with LeBron James. Okay, so listen. Last night, LeBron started 7 of 7, and then went 1 of 12 after that. I don't know if it was his legs got tired. I don't know. It was the second night of a back-to-back. They're on a long East Coast road trip, and the Lakers lose 2 in a row. This is a bad loss. Lose to the Pistons. The Lakers didn't score for 7 straight minutes in the fourth quarter. But that's not the story. The story is, I was thinking about LeBron's season this year, and so I looked something up. And I'm going to give you 3 names. Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett, Jeremy Grant. Why am I giving you guys those 3 names? It's not because Jeremy Grant's on the Pistons and they played LeBron yesterday. It's not because Julius Randle once upon a time was on the Lakers. It's because those 3 people are the only people in the league this year who have played more minutes than LeBron's 663. Year 18, age 36, 3rd most minutes in NBA history, and 4th most minutes in the NBA this season. And that's not an excuse for him playing poorly down the stretch. Yesterday, his shot was just awesome early and then terrible late. But it did just remind me that his entire career, what has been asked of LeBron is, let's make sure everyone else can be fresh, can be as healthy as possible, can be in best position as possible, and just know we can rely on LeBron. He'll always be there. Obviously, I mean, go through it. His every stop, every year. First 7 years in Cleveland, minutes wear and tear is not an issue. He's a young man, 18 to 25 years old in those first 7 years. But they, of course, the best teammate ever had was Mo Williams. They're like, hey, LeBron, carry us. LeBron, take us as far as we can go. LeBron, our expectations are in your final game with the Cavs, you'll go 29, 18, and 11, and we'll say you didn't play well enough, and that's why we lost to the Celtics. And that, of course, gets them 0 titles. He then goes to Miami, and his first 3 years in Miami has legitimate, consistent guys he can rely on. And then what happens? And they win a couple titles. And then what happens year 4 in Miami? You know, D. Wade's knees, we got to load manage him a bit. We're going to have him on a pitch count throughout the year. LeBron, you can handle it, right? We got you. You can take care of it. So then he leaves. Then he goes to Cleveland. First year in Cleveland has a ton of help, but that help gets hurt. Then years 2 and 3, Kyrie and Kevin Love and LeBron form this amazing triumvirate. They win 1 title. The next year, they're even better. But Durant's with the Warriors, and the Warriors win that title. But those were 2 great teams, because for the first time since year 2 or 3 in Miami, he had consistent, reliable guys where he could take a night off, either figuratively or literally take a night off. Then what happened year 4 in Cleveland the second time around? Kyrie's gone. The wear and tear, mental and physical strain of 4 straight trips to the finals gets to his teammates and his coach. LeBron, meanwhile, is on 8 straight trips to the finals, plays all 82. 7-game series in round 1, 7-game series in round 3. LeBron, you can't really lean on any of us. We need you to take care of it. Then he goes to the Lakers. First year with the Lakers. As of Christmas Day, they're in 4th place in the West. He suffers the one injury of his entire career. All right, guys, just play 500 ball. Hold down the fort. Let me rehab my first injury ever. They go 6-11. They go from 4th in the West to 9th in the West. So he rushes himself back from the injury. He's not right, and the team ends up missing the playoffs. And then last year, again, for the just second, third time in his career, reliable, consistent, I can lean on somebody. And what happens? He and AD win the title. And a lot of us thought this year it's going to be even more of that. LeBron taking a further back seat, AD stepping further forward. Instead, AD is rested for 3 games already this year, including last night. Maintenance, making sure LeBron, you'll be fine. 4th most minutes of anyone in basketball. And I don't begrudge Anthony Davis. And listen, Anthony Davis is not playing his best ball. He'll bounce back from that. But it is just remarkable to me the amount of expectation we almost have that the guy in year 18 with the 3rd most minutes in the history of the league, he's not the one who we need to put on a pitch count. No, he can be top 5 in the NBA in minutes. Anthony Davis, on the other hand, prime of his career, coming off the best season of his career, let's make sure anything nagging, any minor thing, we make sure AD's right. I'm not saying that's the wrong move with AD. I am saying it is interesting to me how once again the expectation is make sure everyone else is good and LeBron just keep checking it. Just keep punching that time card, my man. And you saw it last night. I feel like I'm not saying LeBron needs a game off, but 4th most minutes in year 18, maybe give him a weekend off coming up. All right, the other big story is Deshaun Watson not potentially.